What should a person do to face the inevitable decline when he is recognized as the strongest in the world at the age of 26? On a sweltering afternoon in 2014, he lay on a cold stretcher, with the broken heartbeat of the entire Colombian people ringing in his ears. It was an unnecessary foul, and a collision that rewrote the history of football. From then on, the fangs of the tiger were broken by fate. Tonight, accompanied by the flickering fire and this gentle story, let us walk into his real life. In the football world, some names stand for trophies, while his stands for the most touching heroism beneath supreme glory. He was once the god of Porto and the totem of Madrid, yet he endured the longest desolation of life in the cold winter of Monaco. This fateful narrative is not about success or failure, but about how a man rebuilds. Reverence for life on his broken knees. At this moment, let go of all tension and touch the unyielding soul that keeps moving forward after prosperity fades away. The crack of his life was actually foreshadowed in the season known as the Year of Him. At that time, he was the god of Atletico Madrid. He scored a hat-trick in the UEFA Super Cup final, making Chelsea's defense look ridiculous. With his wild yet affectionate eyes, he conquered the whole world. People believed he was the strongest challenger in the Messi and Ronaldo era. Born in Colombia and wandering across South America, he understood the anxiety of survival better than anyone else. In the prime of his career, he made a puzzling decision, moving to the small city of Monaco, filled with yachts and champagne, but lacking football passion. People mocked him for chasing money, ignoring the agent conflicts and club pressure behind him. The helplessness trapped by capital became the first hidden scar in his life. During his first appearance in Monaco, he looked lonely, like a fierce beast accustomed to jungle battles locked in an exquisite crystal cage. He still scored goals, yet those goals lost the former passion and turned into a routine duty. He never realized that what he missed that summer was not only the invitation from top clubs, but also his last chance to fight against fate. Fate always delivers the cruelest judgment in the calmest moment, and the devastating leg injury was quietly waiting for him in the rainy night not far away. In January 2014, during an ordinary cup match in Monaco, he was knocked down on the grass by a defender with a part-time job. The sound of cruciate ligament rupture in his knee even drowned out the sparse applause from the stands. That sound shattered his dream of playing in the Brazil World Cup. It was the darkest period of his life. Lying in a Portuguese rehabilitation room, he watched his teammates make history in the World Cup, while he could only rely on ice packs and bandages. To catch up with the World Cup, he underwent extreme self-destructive rehabilitation training after surgery, spending 14 hours a day shuttling between cryotherapy rooms and recovery pools. This extreme persistence miraculously kept his career alive, but completely destroyed the last trace of physical agility. In the following years, he wandered in the Premier League with a tragic aura. Manchester United and Chelsea, who once scrambled to sign him, only regarded him as an expensive mistake. On the rainy nights of Old Trafford, he watched the ball slip past his feet. The frustration of delayed reaction made him see the reality of aging for the first time. The public mocked him for turning from a fierce tiger into a sick cat. Those harsh boos hurt his heart more than his knee injury. In those dark days, he learned to protect himself with devout humility. He no longer refuted or roared, and always left last after every training session. If you fall from the altar, the best redemption is not to fly again, but to learn to walk back to the earth gracefully. When the whole world thought he was completely finished, he chose to return to Monaco, the place where everything fell apart. In the autumn of 2016, the 30-year-old him put on the captain's armband again. His pace slowed down and his jumping height dropped, but his eyes for the game became unprecedentedly pure. He began to lead a group of young players and created an incredible youthful miracle in that small city. He was no longer a goal machine catered to by the whole world, but a beacon willing to take on tough work outside the penalty area. In the Champions League match against Manchester City, he scored a delicate chip shot, declaring that the Tiger still retained its power. At that moment, Countless veteran fans shed tears in front of the screen. He did not spread wildly after scoring. Instead, he spread his arms, looked up at the sky, with relief in his eyes for finally coming back. He finally understood that the ridicule from the Premier League and the despair in hospital beds all made his nirvana more precious. In the twilight of his career, he showed divine peace, which came from reconciling with his imperfect self. Few players in football history can maintain inner dignity after suffering a devastating blow like him. He moved to Turkey and later to Rayo Vallecano in Spain. Every time he stepped onto the pitch, it was the gentlest defiance against fate. He was no longer the world's top striker, nor even a first-team regular, but his smile after scoring was brighter than in his peak years. Beneath that smile lay the open-mindedness after countless hardships. I am still here, and I can still feel the vibration of the net, and that is enough. He shared his failures in the locker room, telling young players who wanted to give up after a single mistake, true strength is not never falling, but still loving this land after falling. He became an idol for children far away, not for his trophies, but for the tenacity he displayed. He walked with his family in the sunshine of Madrid. Time once filled with goal statistics was now replaced by laughter and afternoon coffee. This shift in life focus freed him from the curse of being called the world's best, and turned him into a complete and genuine man. He stayed after every home game to sign for every child calling his name. That tenderness was a precious gift exchanged for all his scars. Now, he has gradually stepped away from the spotlight, quietly enjoying the rhythm of football in a corner of the world. Looking back on his life, it is a wonderful paradox of loss and gain. He lost his status as a candidate for World Player of the Year, but won the deepest love of an entire nation. He lost his supreme physical talent, but gained calm wisdom. He has answered the question about facing decline in the prologue with his persistence and silence. His life is a literary journey, with a brilliant beginning, a depressed middle chapter, and a warm ending. Now, the world outside has fallen into complete silence. The moonlight spills over the mountains of Colombia and falls into every dream that once prayed for him. Let us fade away gently in this soothing story and fall into deep sleep. May you also have unbreakable tenacity in your dreams, fearless of decline and hardships. Good night, and may you rest peacefully and powerfully.